Hi, my name is Alan Finewald, instructor here at Cat TV, and you are about to see the introductory Final Cut Pro Class.
Hi, I'm Bob.
And I'm Alan Finewald, our Final Cut Pro instructor here at Cat TV.
And I am the instructee, PJ Mounts, and we are fit to learn a whole lot about video editing. I'm also a student. Instructee.
This is the blank Final Cut. This is what you want to start with. If there's stuff over here, you can right click and go to close library and to get rid of all that stuff, because I think once it's in the way and clutters, it's just a pain. Structure of storage. Now, this is something that isn't complicated but can seem complicated. So I'll try to explain it in a bit of a metaphor. Your library you can think of as like a filing cabinet.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
And then library. Okay, now at this point, we would generally want to click our flash drive. So that would show up right down under devices. And you want to always save to your device. That's how we avoid things getting randomly put on these things and get lost.
Yeah, I know.
It's right here.
Yeah, so I don't have flash drive either.
Yeah, so you don't have one in, so you don't worry about that. For now, let's just save it to the desktop, and I'll just delete them all later. Okay. But at that point, it's important to remember that was where you would, instead of selecting desktop, you would select a flash drive. Okay. Okay. So now that we're here, we can title it. Let's all go ahead and just title it Practice 1.
Practice 1.
Hit the save button. Up on top, very top. Yep. And so it should have practice 1. Oh, yeah. Yep, you're good. So it's saved. So now we have to make some folders to put in that file cabinet. So we go to File again. Go to New, like we did before. This time we go to Bin, which is right on top of library. Click that. Now we can just name it. I'm just going to name them all Practice 1. That's generally what I tend to do. Another way to think of it, if you were to had an ongoing show, you could name the library, the show's name, the event would be like Season 1. Yeah. And then every project, which we're about ready to create, would be each episode. Okay. So now that we have our event made, hit OK. And then we go to File again, and Project. And here is the actual pieces of paper within the folders within the file. Go to New again. Yes.
And then practice 1 again.
Project. And then the same practice. Okay. So yep, once we have practice 1.
And then hit OK.
Hit OK, yeah. And for all this stuff here, the video properties and all that, for now, just put that as set based on first video clip. Because that's just going to set everything to the speed and the bit rate that the camera was programmed to.
I clicked OK and it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm just pointing out these things here. Before you would have clicked OK, this is what it would look like. Just make sure these are set to based on the first video clip. Okay. If you wanted to get fancy, you can go into customs, but that's for an advanced class.
Okay.
So if later on, this says here the keyword collections and the smart collections. Those are ways that you can order your clips within your project, but we can't really do anything with that because we don't have any clips yet. So let's just go ahead and go past that. Honestly, I've never used those because these seem pretty useful. So now we have our interface. Now we have to get stuff in there. So once we're clicked into the Practice 1 project, we can go to File, Import, and go get some stuff.
Okay, I'm on.
Yeah, so you're good because you got this below there.
And go to Media
Go
XLM.
to File, Media, Import Media. Now we can go.
So it's File, Import Media. Okay.
And then go to the desktop. So click right there on the desktop. So we should have a folder with spare stuff in it. for Cat Final Cut Pro Class. You go to assets.
Okay.
There you go. And then that just gets you stuck.
And then Final Cut Pro Class. So what file I go to?
Just click anything out of the assets folder that's within there
It
that
says.
you want to play around with, because all we're doing is just using this for examples.
Okay. Anything?
Any of that stuff, it's all copacetic.
Okay. So and then hit import.
Import. If you wanted to import all of them, you can import all of them. I don't recommend doing that because it's going to slow everything down.
Yeah.
Now, I don't seem to have one of those folders here. There it is. It's right there. I'm just going to This is the library browser right here. If you have the page with interface written on top. Yep, top page, interface.
Yeah, so I can format this drive and check it out to you. You can bring it back tomorrow.
So, you see there,
You can copy
we
it.
have the library browser.
But I'll need to reformat it so it'll work on both the Mac and.
The event browser is the thing on the far left, the library browser is the library browser on the far left, the event browser on the other. Sorry. So, that's your library browser, and your event browser. Not important, use them without really thinking about what they mean. The viewer, right here. Well, yeah.
Oh, you gotta click it to get it on there.
Is take this,
Yeah.
click on it.
Okay.
To get it into the project, you just
Drag it.
and it pops on there.
So to get it in, you drag it down to the.
Down to your project, and it doesn't really matter, we can bring some more in if you want to get something longer. But
Okay.
for our purposes, we should be fine. Okay, so this is called your timeline, that you just dragged it down to.
It's called the timeline.
Timeline, and it works just like a timeline would. It is in order from left to right, left being the early part of the story, and right being the later part. The toolbar is right on top. It's all this stuff. You got your T, it's got a little music symbol over there, it's got a camera. That's the toolbar. You're going to be doing a lot with the toolbar. They all do various things in their own right.
Toolbar.
And then to the right of your viewer is called the inspector. That has all of the fine point settings that you can put on from your toolbar. So we'll get into those more later. Library, browser, event browser, viewer, timeline,
Toolbar and inspector.
yes sir. And if you didn't know those names, it literally would not affect you at all. That's what they call it. They all do their own thing. Okay.
Trying to stay up.
We already got started, so we can skip all this. Now, whenever you have things in your event browser, and you don't want to take the entire thing down your timeline like we just did,
Yeah.
you can move these golden sides over if you click on the event. Alan Finewald here. That was our introductory Final Cut Pro class with Cat TV in conjunction with Picture That Media.